Hey guys, welcome back to the Masquerade of Misery. It's scorching fucking hot at the moment. It has been like that all fucking week. And it's not gonna get better anytime soon. But well, since I am alone in the office, I thought I would make another video and not disappear again for fucking weeks and months. Not much has happened since my last fucking rant. But yeah, I still wanna talk about these topics I mentioned before: dating, being 30 plus and such. Since my last video, I was coming to work and I saw a really hot guy walking in front of me, and I felt this urge that holy shit, I need to talk to this guy, go up to him, let's see where it goes. But of course I was a fucking coward as always, and I missed my opportunity, and the only thing I found out is which building he works in. At least I assume he works there, because he met with a woman that seemed like was his colleague, and they had some friendly bullshit chat, and then they entered that building together, and they weren't a couple definitely, because that's not how they acted. And I think the woman was even older. So I felt this big urge. I'm like, you piece of fucking shit, you coward bitch, go up to this guy, because you might miss a huge opportunity. But then, as I said, I chickened out, and well, I haven't seen him since then, and I'm sure it's most probably gonna stay this way. And for a while, I tried to take the same route to and from work, hoping that maybe I will run into him again. But now, you know what? I don't give a fucking shit anymore. Because I noticed that when I think about these things, of going up to someone, starting a conversation, then going on fucking dates, and all this longest process until you figure out you are even compatible, it's just not worth my fucking time and effort. And if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. It's gonna happen. But otherwise, I'm not gonna force it. I stopped giving a shit about this whole fucking romance thing. As much as I am a very affectionate person, and most of us crave this connection with someone, this intimacy, having lovely conversations, watching movies together, going to places together, cuddling, making love, all this bullshit. Who doesn't want that? Maybe there are people who don't, but those people are also most probably just tired of all this fucking shit. Dating people and then it ending up really badly. So for a while I was like, oh, I missed this opportunity, fuck my coward nature and all this shit, but not right now. I don't give a single shit anymore. And I noticed that I'm at the point where even if I see a hot guy, which is pretty fucking rare, first, okay, I get this adrenaline rush and excitement and everything, but then I'm like, whatever. I just stop showing interest after a while. Or another thing that was also recent, that my mom showed me an article about a guy who is a tram driver in my hometown. Right now I live in the capital, but back in my hometown there's this guy that became kind of popular among people because he's always so kind to the passengers. He's a real sweetheart. He's truly a good human being, which is really rare. And that was a picture of him, and I was like, holy fucking shit, where have you been all this time when I lived in my fucking hometown? Because he's smoking hot. And I even thought, oh, let's look him up, maybe he has a Facebook. And he does. And of course I got the idea that maybe I should contact him and write him a message. And I just let some minutes pass, maybe half an hour, and then I was just, you know what, meh. I was thinking about other possibilities, that okay, he's a very good human being, most probably because of how others said that they are treated by him, how much he helps those in need and everything. And he's really exceptionally hot, which is, as I said, is pretty fucking rare, especially in my country, to find such hot guys. But then I thought, but what if, even if we become a couple, maybe we are going to have problems. Maybe our personalities won't be that compatible. Maybe he has hobbies that I have zero fucking interest in, and well, I saw one on Facebook that he has a peculiar interest that I just don't give a shit about. And I mean, okay, of course, people can have different interests, and couples are allowed to spend time apart, with their friends and not always with each other. So, of course, we need to lower the bar, otherwise we're gonna end up alone. But I mean, that's the problem, that we always have to make fucking compromises and swallow things we don't want to, and the thought of me getting into a relationship and probably having maybe arguments, conflicts, disagreements, I'm just tired of even the thought of it. I don't want any of this shit. Because yes, when you are in the puppy love phase and you are so fucking in love and blinded by that fucking rose tinted glasses, you see that the other is so perfect, and even the smallest or biggest flaws don't bother you. But after a while, especially when you start living together, those things gonna piss you off, and you're gonna argue and disagree and all the shit that happens. So these things ran through my mind, and then I just felt that I don't give a shit. I'm not gonna contact this guy. As hot as he is, I don't give a shit. And most probably I'm not his type, because hot guys never show any fucking interest in me. But I can handle rejection, of course it hurts your ego and everything, but after a while I just get over it, move on. I think it comes with age, guys. Reaching your 30s, 40s, and you realize that these things are just fucking overrated. Of course, it's bad to be always alone, and you see some old people being so fucking lonely and miserable and everything, but you can still be miserable in company and feel lonely in company, right? If it's not the right one. So that's where I'm at, guys, that real life people just don't make me feel much. Fictional ones, however, I dedicated a video to that already, but I understand why so many people just engage in fiction and daydreaming and fantasies, and even though you cannot physically be together with those characters, from books and movies and anime and games and whatnot, but there's no risk of suffering, guys, other than crying over them not being real and you not being able to date them and everything. But there's this sense of security that comes with it. Your imagination is unlimited, and you just imagine scenarios however the fuck you want, and you don't need to worry about, my crush or my love is gonna disappoint me, cheat on me, or all this bullcrap. Because in your little fucking mind, everything can be perfect and rosy and rainbowish, right? So honestly, these people who fall in love with fictional characters, I don't call them sick. And you know what, I'm one of those people. And sometimes I think that yes, there's some issues here, but can you blame people like me that seek refuge in fiction and fall in love with these characters that are just so much better than the real life people. Because if people of the reality were so great, we wouldn't have to make up these really great characters, right? And not even just popular culture is what I'm talking about. We made up mythical characters, gods and goddesses and vampires and werewolves and all these fucking creatures that are just way more interesting than humans in this world. As I said, if they were so fucking great, then we wouldn't have had to create these beings or these characters that are hot as fuck, know how to seduce, know how to flirt. They have such complex backstories, personalities that just leave you amazed. There's a reason for it, that all these characters exist and all these people are madly in love with them and obsessed with them. It's because they are just safer and better to choose, even if in the physical reality you cannot do anything with them, right? So yeah, if you compare reality with fiction, it's not difficult to tell which one is the most or the more attractive out of the two. So yeah, I have a feeling that I'm just gonna end up without fucking romance in my life, because I've never been lucky when it came to it, and now I just simply don't give a shit. Especially now that I don't want fucking kids. Back in the day I wanted, but then my eyes opened and no way I would have any fucking children. And so there's no biological clock ticking in my case, and even if I wanted right now a family, it would be kind of late, because I'm 30 plus and my eggs are not fresh and all this bullshit, and I could adopt, but that's also a complicated as process, and who wants to go through that? But yeah, I have zero wish, zero desire to have any fucking kids, and therefore it's even easier for me to just not give a shit about dating. There's no fucking hourglass with the sand slowly flowing down on it, telling me that you are running out of time to have a family. I'm not running out of any fucking time, only when it comes to life, but that's true for everyone, and the reaper is always welcome. Yeah, so I just wanted to make a quick video about my thoughts and my experiences that transpired these weeks. Wonder what you guys think about this topic, about falling for fictional characters and real life dating. If you compare the two, what you feel. I'm curious about your thoughts, guys, so feel free to leave them down below in the fucking comment section. And yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about, so take care, guys, and see you next time. Praise the Reaper.